Good morning. Got me some breakfast going. Got me some bacon and sausage, some grits. I'm about to make me some eggs and kind of enjoy my breakfast. Guys, I'm about to take mine because let me tell you something. And I know I shouldn't do this. Carver this all the way across over here. I should have had that closer, but I don't like my bacon fried too hard. I like my bacon a little soft. I just like that. And don't laugh at my pans. I got some better ones, but these my old faithfuls. And when I tell you they cook good for me, they cook good for me. So I'm about to get my eggs going and guys, get my breakfast going. And I have my coffee over here. Yes. My work computer is set up right there until I really start, working. I'm working, but of course I'm gonna eat my breakfast. And once again, the guys are not here yet. They're coming because here's the thing. They can't really finish because now we're doing a lot of electrical work. And we're gonna put a hot tub. I don't want to step on a nail out here. So let me tiptoe out here. We want to put a hot tub down there, and we're gonna have seating right in here. Like I said last night, a built-in bar, probably L-shaped right there. Fire pit and an outside kitchen right over there where the wood and whatever is sitting. But we need, because we're gonna put a pit boss over there. Well, no, we are. We're gonna put our pit boss over there, and we're gonna get a big green egg. But for the pit boss, we need electrical. So they're gonna run electrical around here. Well, probably around there to our power box, and then these up here, as you can see, those are where we're gonna put heaters. So they're gonna be strip heaters up there for during the winter time when we're sitting outside. So we got to get the heaters. They're wiring that, and that's gonna require them to go to the electrical box. Of course, the hot tub over here. We have outlets in these posts. So we're doing a lot of electrical work, guys, to get ready for this. Hopefully, by the end of next month, we should be ready. Now I'm going to get back over here and finish cooking my breakfast, guys. And I'll talk to you in a few minutes. All right, guys. So my breakfast is ready. I'm not a bread eater, so I don't have any bread. Yes, I'm using paper and plastic because, guys, I've spent so much time in this kitchen cooking and cleaning that when I get a chance to use some paper and plastic, I do. Hey, if you are totally opposed to it, I understand. Everyone has a choice. Oh my goodness. So this is my breakfast. I ate it. I broke off a piece of that bacon because I'm just like, I think I fried it too hard. But all right, I'm going to finish up my food and go get my grandbaby and enjoy the rest of my work day. And then they see one particular findings of the wrist, the ankle, the lacial strangulation. I could see signs of torture in her breasts, identical to Shirley L's. But she had no obvious signs of rape. To say it was another killer would have probably defied the law's probability. We very well may have a serial killer. The police were looking immediately. Hey, hello everybody. Today is Friday and Friday. As you can see, I am kind of like in my loungewear. Well, okay. I've been dressed up today because I actually went and had lunch at Olive Garden. I had the unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks. Oh my God, it was so good. So the salad was I love that salad. So now I'm home relaxing. I have a nice bottle of sparkling rosé for this evening when I decide to sit outside and just enjoy, even if it's in a work zone back there. I'm gonna still enjoy it. But guys, I want to talk maybe no more than 5 minutes. I decided I didn't want to put the part 2 of the COVID video up It was long, it was depressing. So I just want to touch on some of the things that I want to talk about concerning COVID. So in part one, you see why I explained that, some symptoms, how I was feeling, and then eventually being tested at the rapid test center. Okay, so I have COVID. I'm sorry, guys. My hand getting tired. I'm in my loft area, and I'm about to play some video games and probably read. I'm just gonna enjoy my day in between work calls. But I had COVID, so now what? That was the biggest thing. The now what? So I'm sitting in the parking lot of CVS. I'm completely just, I don't know. I knew I had it, but going through my mind, I'm like, I felt like I did everything right. Like I felt like I social distance. I haven't been to restaurants. I haven't been anywhere. I did that. I work from home for right now. I go to the grocery store. I wipe everything down. I have a mask. How? So it's time for me to stop focusing on the how. And I told the doctor, I said, so what do I need? I mean, I don't even know what to do. Like when you have COVID, what? And he said, well, you treat it like you would do if you have a cold. You get Robitussin for the cough, keyword Tylenol for the headaches and for the fever. Now you didn't necessarily say headache, for the fever. Okay. I go in the CVS. I said, well, I don't know. I just didn't go into that CVS. I drove to my local CVS, and I'm walking through there. I had to get the medicine, and I'm feeling I'm in a mask, I'm in gloves, and I'm crying because I'm like, here I am walking through this CVS. I have COVID, but the doctor told me to go ahead and get it. It was not like a contactless. And I'm just worried. I wouldn't go on the aisle with any people. I told the cashier, but they had the plexiglass up. And I was just I went back to the pharmacist. I told the pharmacist, and they were like, listen, you got to get your medicine. We understand. I did not get the Tylenol. I got some Robitussin. And what else did I get? I had a couple other things. I got some vitamin C. I got some nasal spray. Oh, I can't think what else I got. I got Robitussin. I got 1 day, 1 night. So I think that's what I got. That's all I got. So, Garrett tested on a Tuesday. I tested on a Wednesday. That Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm sorry for that face, y'all. I'm like, what did she just do? That Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Garrett was fine. I kind of had this complete panic attack on the wee hours of Thursday morning. I just panicked. I was having a COVID sweat again, and it just bothered me that I was that soaking wet that I just got bothered. I was very upset. It happened in a loft area. I ran out of the bedroom, and I just completely lost it. I lost it so much that I had taken the Robitussin night right before I had this little breakdown, and I was sleepy, so I came out here, and Garrett kept trying to get me into the room, and I was like, no, I'm not going, I'm upset. And I remember standing at my pool table, and I fell asleep. And guys, when I fell asleep, I fell. I had been standing up. I was standing and fell asleep, and I fell. And when I hit that floor, I woke up like, how I'm on the floor. And Garrett was like, do I need to call 911? What is wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm good. That particular night, that was the morning. That particular wee hours in the morning, I decided that I was going to get it together. I'm like, okay, whatever just happened tonight, I'm not going to go through that again. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to pick myself up by the bootstraps, and I'm going to get well. And I'm going to get through this. I'm going to beat it. I did I thought about my symptoms and how I wasn't really sick. My temperature, like I said, was 99. It never got high. So I never had a fever like, 101. I didn't have that. But Garrick did. Now I'm gonna get to that in just a second because I'm trying to keep this no more than like another 3 or 4 more minutes. Um, so I got myself together, and from that point, for the next, because they told me 10 days, I got my hand up, but 10 days, because my other hand's holding the phone of quarantining. Okay. So that was for me. I would like to say, I don't know if I consider that day one, day two, whatever. But from that moment on, my symptoms were mild. The only thing that I had was when I blew my nose, I blew out a lot of blood. There was just a bunch of blood. My doctors told me it was nothing to be alarmed about. That was normal. It could come down for me. I forgot what they said when you kind of the lining, Lowe's lining, when you blow your nose so much you start to bleed. But this was just not just specks of blood. This was nothing but blood. So, but that was the only thing. Garrick on, like I said, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, Garrett started taking a turn for the worse. By Saturday morning, Garrett was really sick. We could not break his fever. His fever will sometimes get to like 102. So I call myself, and do not do this. No, no, no. Before I say do not do this, another thing with COVID is hydration. We were told to drink a gallon of water a day. I drink a gallon, he drink a gallon. That was very hard for me because I don't drink water like that. But I drink a gallon, he drink a gallon, okay? Gary, it was hard for him because he had lost his taste and everything tastes nasty to him. So I call myself going to CVS and getting like Theraflu. Call myself getting Theraflu because Theraflu has always helped me. I did not think about the sweating and the hydration. So Garrett fever just wouldn't break. It was like, what in the world? We got to like that Monday and he was still feverish. And on top of that, his skin had turned white. He was white, he was flaky. He had some breathing issues on like that Sunday night, I think. And so he said, I'm gonna have to go into the if I'm gonna have to call a doctor if I have breathing issues like this again. And he only had those breathing issues one night. His main symptom was a fever. So I said, "Oh my God!" I got worried. I called Kaiser, and keep in mind when you have COVID, your doctors are learning. They're more comfortable now than they were last year, but we're still learning. They're still learning. We're in this together, And so, I called the doctor, and he said, "Well, the Tylenol is not helping." Ding, 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 ding. Said they did say get Tylenol. So I said, well, I don't have any Tylenol. I gave him Theraflu. They were like, no, you didn't. I can laugh about it now. I I did. I had Tylenol. I called Instacart and got some things. And I was able to get some Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol delivered. And Garrett popped that Tylenol, and within hours, that temperature started coming down. And so I had him on Tylenol for the next, I don't know, the next few days to kind of get that temperature under control. And once we got that temperature down, Garrett was up. He was downstairs watching TV. He was a totally different person. I felt bad because I was like, if I would have done this from the beginning, we wouldn't be here. So so that was a big thing. So if you ever have COVID, or you're dealing with a loved one with COVID, don't do that, because that it's a high alcohol content in Theraflu, and it does nothing. We're already facing dehydration. Now I'm dehydrating him even more. So don't do that. The second thing I would never do is I did post on Facebook that I had tested positive from COVID. I didn't get any negative responses. However, once I had recovered from COVID, I was still like I had like this scarlet letter on my forehead. It's still like that with people. It's like they are scared to come around me, or if I have my grandbaby, I would get things like, "Hey, Yolanda, maybe y'all shouldn't have that baby right now," and I'm like, I no longer have COVID, but and then just the privacy aspect of it. I never told Garrick them that Garrick had it until like people started questioning now. So, oh, yeah, my husband had it, but I think something like that I will keep off Facebook going forward. Any type of anything dealing with that. I'm learning what to share and what not to share, and kind of like the ramifications of sharing stuff. And like I said, nobody was nasty, no one was rude. Some people had COVID on my friend list that I was friends with that I didn't even know had COVID, and they helped me through. Things such as sleeping on your stomach and your side, because that really helps with your breathing. I have a tendency to sleep on my back. That's not good when you're dealing with COVID. Well, I'm not going to say that's not good. It didn't work for me. Everybody's different. So that was my quick experience. It was more, my son was here. He never got caught COVID because the way our house is made, we have almost like a roommate plan. Well, he's on one side, we're on one side, and at that particular time, before my son started working for our business, he had a really awkward schedule. Like we would be asleep at night, but he would be up, and we would be up during the day, and he would be asleep. So, yeah. So that was just my quick little thing on COVID. It's past. I'm blessed. I don't want to ever deal with that again. I just don't. I talk about it very lightly, but however, I tell people all the time, if you know someone, if you have a loved one, or you yourself have COVID and you need somebody, I'm gonna be here, because one of the things I'm glad that I didn't like to see Garrett like that, but I'm glad that we went through it together, where we weren't alone, where he didn't know what was going, because if I didn't have it, if I had it and he didn't, and he had an idea, we would have to be quarantined for one another. So I really would not have known fully what was going on. And so I'm glad that, we had an opportunity. It brought us closer together. We would lay in the bed and play Scrabble on our phones. We compete against each other with Scrabble on our phones, which is, I mean, we got through it. So that's my story. That's my blog. Hopefully it wasn't too long. It was long enough, but that's COVID. Yes, my husband and our trucking business is going well. We have a contract. My son works full time for the company, so I'll talk about that a little bit more in my next blog. But this was long enough dealing with the sad subject of COVID, and I just want to say to everyone, enjoy your weekend. I know I am, and I'll see you on the next video.